It was important to me to write a novel about bigger-than-life people, because as a child when I read novels I wanted to read something which is more than everyday reality. And when I first thought about the character of Ze'ev Feinberg, I first thought about the mustache. I thought about a man defined by the mustache, a man that before you see the man, you see the mustache walking in front of him. And I know that when you see someone very, very masculine, you sometimes have this feeling that there's a certain character or feature that defines the whole personality. Or the character of Sonia, which is a woman who has the smell of oranges, and everybody smells it and take their head to smell more of it, and the whole village walks after this woman and tries to sniff the smell of oranges. And I really feel that also in everyday life, a woman which is very desirable, you can remember her smells years afterwards. You would be walking in the street and suddenly stop everything because you recognize the smell. And I like the ideas that characters have real life. They're not just something you read in a book, that you can smell them and see them and feel them and taste them. When you just hear the story of Markovitch for the first time about a man holding a woman against her will, the first thing you think is that this is a very bad man. But for me it was very important that the reader would fall in love with him, or at least would be capable of understanding him. Because I think to just say this is a bad man is too easy. This is what we do when we open the newspaper. We say this and this and this is a bad man. But when you read a novel, then you're not judgmental. You really walk inside the shoes, under the skin of this person and see the world from his perspective, which is why I think literature is the best tool for empathy, because you look at the world from the other's eyes. The idea of longing is very important in the novel, because Markovitch holds on to Bella by force, but he really hopes that one day, if you wait long enough and hold on long enough, then one day she will open her eyes and see him. And this is something very powerful in Jewish tradition. The idea is that for 2,000 years you had Jews living here in Europe. They never saw Israel. Their grandparents didn't see Israel, but they kept longing for it, like you miss an old lover. And the question is, when you come back to your lover after you missed it for 2,000 years, is it really the best thing that ever happened to you in your life? Or is it that moment where fantasy meets reality? And it's a very tricky and dangerous moment.